folks.
Indeed.
Hello again, everybody. This is Lance Russell and Dave Brown. Right along ringside, and by golly, we got another good one coming up this week, David.
I tell you, we got some championship wrestlers coming in here, and also we got some highlights of some matches around the territories that we'll be taking a look at today.
All right. We also have some highlights of some of the guys that will be featured on the program today. Let's take a look at those right now.
Come on, come on, come on.
Boy, I'll tell you one thing. The biggest talking news that has been around in a long time was about the loser leave town match between Lawler and Savage. No question about that. It's only appropriate that what we do is kick off our TV5 Championship Wrestling today and let you see a little bit of the highlights of what was incredible fury in the ring. I got to tell you, Dave, it was just something else with Savage and Lawler going at it the way they did. So much at stake because it was a loser leave town. Lawler had already said, brother, I lose this one here in my hometown. That's all. I'm not climbing in the ring anymore. It was all on the line. Right now, let's go and we'll just pick up some highlights of what happened in it. Savage, crank it up. The referee trying to look at Lawler's eye. Saying it's a bad cut. And Savage making the most of the opportunity. The referee up checking the eye again. Circumstances, he would have stopped this bout. Savage just continues to rip him. Ernesto is looking at the eye. Okay, now what Jerry is saying right here on the PA system is, for crying out loud, don't stop the match. If he can beat me, let him beat me. Fine, but don't stop the match. Now, Tom Ernesto, who went down and looked at the eye, after talking with Lawler, Lawler said, man, I assume all responsibility. We're not going to take it away from him by ruling we're stopping the match. Let it go on, re-ring the bell, and restart the match. And that, my friend, is exactly what happened. It gave Jerry a second life rather than having it taken away from him. After checking Lawler's eye, advised him not to continue. But Lawler said, if he beats me, so be it. But I can't have it given to him. Lawler said he would assume any responsibility for whatever happened to the eye. And Ernesto said, well, let it go. And they resumed battling again. Savage nailed him with an elbow, and Lawler snaps the strap down. He is out on his feet and oblivious to pain, Lawler is. Driven by that inner energy, he nails him again. Going for the pile driver. As a cover, got a 1, 2, 3. At 30 minutes and 22 seconds, the winner and new Southern heavyweight title holder, Jerry Lawler. Man, I'm exhausted just looking at it again, Dave. What about it? 30 minutes, 22 seconds, and nothing but sheer terror between the two of them. They were killing each other all the way down. And what a break on the second chance. Of course, the aftermath of it is that, you know, if Jerry's eye is okay, fine. If it isn't, then you second guess and wonder whether it's worth it. So it's a very difficult decision. I cannot criticize referee Jerry Calhoun. He made what he thought was the right decision, and as it turned out from Lawler's standpoint, a whale of a good decision. Hey, we have got a special challenge match coming up with Jay Youngblood and a young gentleman that he had met once before. I think you'll be interested in this. We'll be back in just a moment. We have an occasion, of course, and we don't ever claim that we're in total control. That's for a fact.
That's right.
That's nice of us, isn't it? We had this situation where Muhammad came out here and really did a number on a tribal headdress of Jay Youngblood. And
towards the shred.
Let's go back. I want you to take a look at this because it has a bearing on Jay coming out here in just a moment. We'll be taking a look at Jay Youngblood. Right now, let's go back a week and take a look and see what happened.
You know, when I was, before I got into professional wrestling, I'd have to prove myself back on the reservation and wrestle the different Braves. And in that case, I did achieve more and more feathers. But every one of these feathers, from the time I can remember to now, each one of them has a meaning to it. This is like a tree of life to me. Everything I've done in my life is in this bonnet, handed down from my forefather's own bonnet, which his forefathers gave to him. So like I said, it does sadden me to say no, but ladies and gentlemen, I hope you understand that these feathers, like I said, is a tree of life to me. And everything I've worked for my whole life is represented in this bonnet and this heart. So for right now, I still have to hold my head up, be proud, and be honored that I still get to represent my people and you folks with my tree of life. My head bonnet, like I said, was given to me by my forefathers. And right now, I'd like to say thank you very much for letting me have some of your time. And ladies and gentlemen, I sincerely do love you a lot for supporting me and helping me out a lot. Thank you very much.
Kareem Muhammad coming out here. I hear you.
Yes, Russell, I think your TV show needs some help again. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
Marvelous. I tell you, it's not the TV show that needs the help. It's Jerry Bryant who needs some help in there right now with
Now,
Jay
Lance
Youngblood.
Russell, I've been watching a few minutes of this. Excuse me, Mr. Brown. You're a gentleman, man. You're a gentleman. I use that loosely, though, but anyway,
We now have a guest 357-pound commentator in the form of Mr. Kareem Muhammad of the Zambui Express.
That's right, Lance
Jerry
Russell.
Bryant pounded.
Man, you know, I've been listening to a few minutes, watching this a few minutes, and, you know, I heard that Indian come out here talking about the reason for his feathers and things, and, you know, I passed through a reservation in North Carolina.
There's a cover.
They, don't cut me off, Lance Russell.
Was adding a little
I passed through a reservation in North Carolina. They call it a reservation, but it's really a prison where they keep all the Indians at.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they get that fire water in them. They have to keep them locked up because they get a little wild and stuff. He talking about chasing rabbits. You think he can chase a rabbit? You think he can really catch a rabbit? Talking about his old man. Him and his old man and mama probably in prison right now. Talking about his old brothers and things growing up and stuff. Oh, feathers and things.
You ever have any decent things to say about people instead of putting them down all the time?
them old Indians cheat. They cheat.
He's got him. One,
Don't cut
two.
me off.
Kick it out.
They cheat all the time. I passed through Hong Kong on the way from Japan. These things sell for $9.95. Them Indians sell them for $19.95.
Yeah.
Oh, they just cheat all the time. They old cheap old feathers and things. I wonder how the old thing might feel, you know?
Hey, why don't you just keep your hands off the headdress? It's not yours.
Oh, firewater stuff, get him. He gets wild.
Jay
His
Youngblood.
old brother and mom and dad are probably in prison right now. You know, ain't no such thing as a
Jerry
reservation.
Bryant. Kareem, get your hands off of that. It's not
nasty
yours.
Indians. Oh, nasty.
Hey, come on. It's
Hey,
not
Indians.
yours. Put it down.
Hey, Indians. Woo, 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 woo. Oh, nasty looking Indian. Woo, woo,
Would you
woo,
take
woo,
that
woo,
off and
woo.
put it
Hey,
down?
Indians.
Jerry Bryant jumped Jay Youngblood from behind while Jay was over here by
Oh, cheap man. Hey, Indians. Woo, 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 woo.
Kareem. Take that off and put it back down on the desk.
Hey, man.
Not yours. It just
Oh,
belongs to you.
Lance Russell. They ain't no good, no way. Hey, Indians!
Jerry Bryant. All right now, Kareem. That's enough. Come on. Okay, just get out of here. Get your hands off of that. That's a man's personal property. That's something that belongs to him that he's got pride in. Will you quit it? Come on now, take it free. You are bad. That's sickening. Will you get out? Boy, you may think that's funny. I don't think it's a bit funny out here.
He must get on that fire water. What is he mad about?
Tore up the entire headdress that was sitting over here. Here comes Jerry Lawler, the Bat Twins, and Yamamoto, and there goes Kareem Muhammad. Boy, that is sickening. I didn't even get the result. It's really disqualification on Jerry Bryant. And Kareem Muhammad comes out here and tears up the headdress while I am terribly sorry about it, Jay. I know that doesn't do any good, but okay, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back in just a moment. Well, that was the circumstance that took place with Kareem Muhammad out there, and Jay Youngblood was involved in a match with Jerry Bryant at the time. We have that same match, that is Jay Youngblood and Jerry Bryant, scheduled today, and Jay was interested in having this bout rescheduled because Bryant was a part of holding him out here.
Yeah, he had something around his neck, a rope or a piece of chain or something, and
while Kareem was out here tearing it up. We're ready to go in the ring with the bout. Jerry Bryant coming out to mixed reactions. Not too mixed.
no.
Most of them didn't appreciate his having anything to do with it. Yeah, Jay.
Lance, I just want to come out here and tell you the reason I've asked for this match is because you saw what happened. Everybody saw what... If it wasn't for Jerry Bryant, I probably would have been able to save some of my feathers. But I'm going to get revenge starting with this man right now.
Okay, Jay, we'll look for it in the ring. Right now, we're ready to go. And right away, Youngblood starts off. And the bout is underway, David.
This D, Jerry Bryant, in the ring. Jay Youngblood hit the ring, and he was looking for Bryant, and he found him right there. Jay Youngblood. In a match where he says he's starting to get revenge over the loss of that tribal headdress he had. Round behind Bryant. He's working on the eyes. Referee tried to stop that. Youngblood, right hand to the top of the head. Jerry Bryant hits the mat and now the floor. He's out of the ring, walking around down here.
Youngblood coming straight at him. Look out.
Youngblood right behind him. Oh, look out. Bryant with a chair. Youngblood nailed in the forehead with a chair by Jerry Bryant.
Bryant picked up the manager's chair in the corner and blasted Youngblood right smack in the head with it. He's then run right into this post right nearest to us and throws him back in the ring, Dave.
Now we're back into the ring, but got a real battle on our hands here. Bryant slamming Youngblood's head into the top turnbuckle. They've got his, Bryant's got his forehead cut, too, has Youngblood's forehead cut. Probably when he hit him with a chair. Split that head open.
Jerry Bryant digging into the corner after Youngblood, and Jay has taken some punishment in a brief period of time from Bryant. Bryant, one of these guys who, boy, is sneaky quick, and he can hurt you. Woo, but he can be hurt as Youngblood comes firing off the ropes in there. Bryant right back on top of him again. Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to get him out of the corner.
Youngblood.
Oh, boy, look at Youngblood now.
Going after Bryant. Youngblood returning the favor to Jerry Bryant.
Giving it right back to him as Youngblood lost his cool and came firing at Jerry Bryant. Can't say that I blame him going for a pile driver. The referee trying to stop him. He got enough of the pile driver to get disqualified. Although he really didn't get him a good one. Suplex takes him down center of the ring. And the match is over with as Youngblood has been disqualified. And Jerry Bryant is the winner. Goes behind. Boy, he has got it right across the throat. It's similar to a Japanese sleeper hold, but he's got it right on the throat, as a matter of fact. And is really taking revenge on Jerry Bryant. That is one mad, mad young man from New Mexico.
You are right. Boy, they're trying to get them separated. The referee's trying to pry them apart, but with that lock that Youngblood has on Bryant, it's not an easy one to break.
Jerry Calhoun is joined by referee Tom Branch, and neither one of them having any success as the infuriated Jay Youngblood with the blood running down his eye. Here comes Tracy Smothers, David Haskins, and David Johnson to try to get Youngblood loose from Jerry Bryant, and he's still holding on to that, Dave.
And you know, they're not doing Bryant any favors. They got him hanging in midair there.
Got that right.
Oh, Youngblood going wild in there when he saw the blood hit both referees. Youngblood has already been disqualified. He's after Bryant again, and he's got that hold on him.
Once again, he slaps it on him and right on the throat. And they're again trying to pull Youngblood off, and as you pointed out, Dave, look at Bryant's head. It's been bounced around as Youngblood absolutely refuses to let go of the hold. He wants some more of Jerry Bryant. Here comes Tom Ernesto out, climbs in the ring as the two referees and the three wrestlers pulling on Youngblood. Youngblood continues to administer the punishment to Jerry Bryant. And finally, Youngblood is let loose of it. And Bryant slumped over in the middle of the ring, and they're trying to calm Youngblood down. He just completely lost it all.
Yeah, totally.
It's a win for Bryant on a disqualification. As Youngblood's kicking and battling away. What was the time on that day?
Time on it was 2:35, and the win goes to Jerry Bryant by DQ. The pile driver, which was not a very good one, but it was enough, as you pointed out, to get Youngblood disqualified.
Okay, we're going to take a break, and we're going to be back in just one moment. We got some action still to go. One thing today that we're going to have the opportunity to meet sheep herders. They'll be back first time in a long, long time. That's the way you feel about it. Right now, it is a opportunity for us to be thrilled to the commentary of Big Kareem Muhammad of the Zambui Express, still carrying two feathers. Oh, that's smart. Really like that, don't you?
Yeah, Lance Russell. You saw that crazy drunken Indian. He's on that firewater again. He's all mad. He's not there. Did you see what he did to Jerry Bryant? Do you think he could do that to me? Do you think that he's gonna do? What's his name? Young who? What?
Jay Youngblood. You don't
Okay,
know.
all right.
The important thing is, does he think he can do
Let
it?
me tell you one thing. He gets out here talking about what his feathers meant and everything. This one meant that he drank more firewater and got drunker than any Indian. Hey, wait a minute, Lance Russell. And this one meant that he watched the Lone Ranger show more than anybody else. Let me tell you one thing, Jay Youngblood. You think you're mad now, you ain't gonna do nothing to me. And matter of fact, you know what I think? I think your mom and dad had just got out of prison. I saw somebody trying to steal my hubcaps last night at my penthouse. I think your mom and dad had just got out of prison, Keith. So if you think you're so bad, won't you come out here and do something to me that you tried to do to Jerry Brown? What you think about that, Lance
Think
Russell?
about it. Just knock off this stuff. We don't want any of that.
You just all put up.
Somebody come out. Youngblood has gone crazy and has jumped Kareem Muhammad. Boy, he is berserk. All I saw was him flying through the air, and bam, he's on top of Muhammad. They're trying to get him pulled off and deuced. I don't think Muhammad wants any part of it. Do you think he can do anything about it, Muhammad? I think he pretty well showed you right there. We're going to take a break. Jay Youngblood, they've got him kind of quieted down here. Let's take a break, and we'll be back with action in the ring in just a moment. We're going to be in the ring here in just a few minutes. We're also going to be talking to the King in just a moment. Hey, I want to remind a lot of you folks something that we haven't talked about in quite some time. By the way, we really appreciated the response off of the request for those of you who would like tickets to Championship Wrestling. We had a tremendous response. That doesn't mean that if you want to write this week and haven't written, send in a stamped self-addressed envelope to WMC TV, 1960 Union Avenue, Memphis 38104. I'm not planning on you copying it down that fast, and we'll try to get the tickets back free to you in that. But thank you for the big request. The wrestling hotline is available 24 hours a day. It is a number that you can call, and we try to keep information on there pertaining to, one, the results of what happens on Monday night, to what's coming up on the next match. Sometimes we're able to get information pertaining to out-of-town matches, and we put some of that on there as a reminder to those of you who would like to travel. The number again, 685-6969. So that's the wrestling hotline, and if you're a mind to, give it a call. It's there for your service. Okay, let's take a look right now and see what we got coming up Monday night down at the Coliseum. Bell time is 8 o'clock. Regular prices, of course, in effect. General admission. Children under 10 years of age will be admitted to general admission for just $1. You can get your tickets all day on Monday at the Coliseum. You can get them right now, as a matter of fact, at any of the Ticketmaster locations for the action coming up Monday. We've got about 7 matches scheduled, and here's the way they go. The exotic Adrian Street will be in there with Tracy Smothers. Of course, Miss Linda will be right with him. The Mexican Angel we saw last week for the first time, and he's scheduled in about today. We'll be looking at him again. He'll be going against David Haskins. Then the Sheepherders returning to the Memphis area. This is a rugged team out of New Zealand. We'll be taking a look at them a little bit later on, but they'll be going against the outstanding young team of Mark and Brad Batten. The Batten twins will be against the Sheepherders Monday night. A Southern Tag Team title match, the PYT. Yeah, those pretty young things will be going against Tojo Yamamoto, who will have as his partner this week tough young fella out of Hartford, Connecticut, Jerry Oski. Oski and Yamamoto challenging for the Southern Tag titles. Then will come the match that I think Kareem Muhammad thought was going to be a pushover before a little incident just took place with Jay Youngblood. Kareem Muhammad, Jay Youngblood, 1-on-1. Following that, the fabulous ones, Stan and Steve, will be going against the very cocky young team of Billy Travis and Ron Sexton, managed by Buddy Wayne. We'll have some more on that coming up a little bit later in the program. And then the main event, Southern Heavyweight Championship match. Jerry Lawler, who just got the title back, will be in a title match, and his challenger is not going to be any easy one for a living fact for the first one. This 291 pounds of him, Bruiser Brody, will be going against Lawler, and boy, oh boy, will that be some kind of a scrap. You just walk out of one, you're right into another. All of that action Monday night, Mid-South Coliseum, 8 o'clock is the bell time. Looking forward to you bringing the family down there and enjoy the best dollars entertainment that you'll find anywhere in the entire area. Coming out right now, not only with a handsome-looking crown that he's always had, but a shiny-looking Southern Heavyweight title, and congratulations, Jerry, on getting it back.
Thank you, Lance. As you saw from the film out there, it wasn't an easy task to get it back. It was one of the, of course, you guys kind of, it always amazes me how you can edit a 30-minute match down into just a few minutes there, and it always seems like I'm getting the short end of the stick. Do you do that editing, Lance?
No. Look, Jerry, what we were trying to point out was the fact you know better than anybody how close you came to being gone, friend.
Well, that's true.
I think the decision was right. I don't think on something that important that the bout should have been stopped. I think, as you pointed out on the PA system, hey, if he can beat me, let him beat me.
Well, you know, I don't want to take anything away from Jerry Calhoun. You know, a lot of people say, well, you like Jerry Calhoun to referee your matches. I'll be perfectly honest with everybody. Jerry Calhoun is a friend of mine, but the good thing about Jerry Calhoun, when he goes in the ring, he's strictly business. As a matter of fact, I have lost more matches than I've won with Jerry Calhoun refereeing when you check back on the record. So I mean, there's no partiality there. Jerry looked at my head, and
I'm going to ask you about that, Jerry.
I've still got, as you can see there, I got 4 stitches. Hey, I've had stitches in my head before, Lance, and something like this, when the match is that important. What Jerry was concerned with was the fact that anytime you get cut or busted open near your eye, naturally, there's a lot of danger involved there with your eyesight.
I was talking with Tom Ernesto, and he said if that thing had been about 3/4 of an inch lower, he would have agreed with Calhoun it should have been stopped.
Well, I still wouldn't have agreed. I don't care where it would have been. Because this, as I told everybody, and everybody knew, this was the most important match that I had ever been in my life. And if Randy Savage was going to beat me, if he was going to pin me right there, that's fine. He could beat me. But please don't, I just told Calhoun, don't give him the match. And fortunately, Tom Ernesto came out there, and they let the match continue. And I'm just tickled to death and to be standing here with the title. And I want to thank the wrestling fans. You deserve. Give yourself a hand, because believe me, Lance,
we had thousands of them out there.
There were. As you saw on the tape, thousands of wrestling fans, and without a doubt, I don't think I would have. I don't think I would have won this title without their support. So you know, once again, I like to have this title. I like to feel like I represent the people of Memphis with this belt, and I'm proud to do that. You know, whenever I go, and you know, Lance, I've wrestled all over the world, Japan. I wrestled all over the United States. I wrestled in Canada, and every time I step into the ring, it's a certain kind of feeling when I hear the ring announcer, whether I'm in Chicago or Los Angeles or New York or wherever it is, when that ring announcer says, weighing 234 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee, Jerry Lawler, I feel proud, and I like to have this title because I like to represent the city, and I hope the people are proud of me when I do it. You know.
Jerry, this is the way the world goes. That was yesterday. Brother, we got tomorrow to talk about, and you have got another premier tough guy coming up challenging for that title in Bruiser Brody.
Yeah, well, you're right there. You know, one thing about the wrestling fans, as not to change the subject real quick, I want to continue on the same vein. I think one of the things that the people here in Memphis like about seeing me wrestle is the fact that they like, for some reason or other, I think they like to see me pushed to the limit, and the promoters seem to like that too, and it seems a never-ending struggle. I don't ever seem to get matches that are like what I would consider a pushover or anything.
Breathers.
They go out and they get me the toughest and the roughest and the meanest contenders that they can find. And I've wrestled Bruiser Brody a couple times in the past, and as a matter of fact, have not beaten Bruiser Brody yet. And he told the promotion, after I won this title back, he told them that he would put up, Lance, $10,000 if he could get one shot at the title. Now, that means that this guy is real confident. He said one shot and one shot only. That's why I think they said this is advertised as the last tango. It's going to be the one and the only time that I wrestle Bruiser Brody for this title. And he put up $10,000 just to get the match, and he said he won't ask for any returns. He's so confident that he's going to win the match. Well, Bruiser Brody is big, and he's mean, and he's rough, and he's tough, but he's $10,000 lighter. I already get the $10,000, Lance, and believe me, Monday night, he's going to find out that he has spent $10,000, the most foolish mistake of his entire life, because I'm going to be waving that money in his face, and when that match is over, hopefully Lance still waving this belt high up in the air. Now, I understand I understand that we have an interview from Bruiser Brody, and I've heard this guy in the past, and I'm just anxious to see what he's got to say.
I wanted to talk to you about that before we got out here, Jerry, about that interview. I got to tell you, I've been around a day or two, as you well know. In my over 20 years of wrestling.
No, come on, I'm just kidding.
Of wrestling, I have never seen anything. We got in a taped interview, which we had scheduled right here on the format to run at this time. But I got to tell you, Jerry, this guy not only is 291 pounds big, he is full of crazy. I have never seen an interview in my entire time. You're not going to see it. We can't show it. Every other word was word. If we'd have bleeped it, it would have been nothing but a concerto of bleeps in there. It was the most disconnected, the wildest, dirtiest type of interview. Hey, I'm telling you, we're not going to put it on the air. So the only thing I can say was, as I gathered, he questioned your parentage and a few other things about Jerry Lawler and said he was going to get $10,000 worth of thrills out of beating your skull to wherever he said he was going to beat it to.
So in other words,
you don't get to hear it.
I think what I gather from that long oration is that Bruiser Brody sent in an interview that he cussed on a lot. Is that right?
Well, that isn't all. He did a few more things than that.
So we're not going to get to see this?
No, we are not going to show it. That's all there is to it. No. Oh, what is this? You would like for it? I would like for us to be back next week. I don't want any of that.
Okay, let me just say this. I will go back and I will watch the interview in private.
That's fair enough.
And I am sure that, as you said, Bruiser Brody, obviously, because he knows full well that when he makes an interview like that, that obviously it's not going to be able to air on the...
I'm not sure this guy has enough sense to know that. I don't know.
Well, I want to tell Bruiser Brody, and all of the fans right now, if he thinks he's got any sense, or you think he don't have any sense, well, he's sure not going to have any after Monday night, because if he's got the gall to say that kind of stuff about me, I'll knock any sense that he has got out of his big head. Now, it's true that I haven't pinned the man, that I haven't beaten him yet, but Bruiser Brody, you're on a very small list, brother. Because you name them all, from the Hulk Hogans to the Jack Briscoes to all the Terry Funks, all the world champions that have ever come through here, brother. You're looking at a man who has stayed right here in Memphis, Tennessee, and beat them all. And I'm going to add your name to the list. I guarantee you that.
Okay, Jerry, good luck. I'm going to be looking forward to seeing that one. It will be a whale of a contest indeed. We'll take time out. Be back with action in the ring in a moment.
Here we are, about ready to go with a match, and Ron Sexton and David Haskins out here with their manager, Buddy Wayne. However, or rather, Billy Travis. David Haskins is out here as a single, so it's going to have to be one of them. No, it's going to be a single match here. David Haskins is going to wrestle as a single, so it's either going to be Billy Travis or Ron Sexton. Buddy Wayne, their manager, there talking with referee Tom Branch.
David Haskins is there by himself, and it will be a single match, and there seems to be an agreement in that. Off comes the jacket of Ron Sexton. Off comes the robe. It is not going to be both of them.
Can't be.
No. Haskins out of his jacket. It's going to be one of them, right, Tom?
Which one?
Which?
All right.
Okay.
It's going to be Sexton.
It's going to be Sexton, although Travis, I don't like that. He took his robe off. Sexton's got his jacket off. Buddy Wayne's taking him. And we're ready. Bell time, and here we go. Should be a good one.
All right. David Haskins facing Ron Sexton. Haskins out of Memphis at 235 pounds, and Sexton out of Knoxville, Tennessee at 220 pounds. Squaring off here against each other in the single match. Haskins had his hair pulled by Sexton. Good kick. He kicked Sexton back. Buddy Wayne, the manager of Ron Sexton, and Billy Travis over at ringside with a word or two of advice. Travis seated in the manager's chair here. Not real thrilled to have all of them out here. Sure, Haskins isn't either, but he wisely is not paying much attention to this corner. Taking care of the business at hand, that is Ron Sexton. Nice flip off the rope. Haskins waiting in the center of the ring as Ron Sexton has talked with his manager again. Ooh, knee to the midsection. Follows with a forearm across the back. Sexton hammering David Haskins. Ron Sexton just using that forearm across the back. Now he picks him up in the air and slams David Haskins. I think maybe you could hear the comment from Billy Travis. He said that's what everybody's in store for from the team of Travis and Ron Sexton. Haskins head into the top turnbuckle. He hit it hard, too. Ron Sexton. Ooh, Haskins trying to fire that right hand. Didn't get a good one. Sexton powers him down to the mat. Buddy Wayne, the manager of Sexton, I think maybe wanted him to go for the count of 3, but Sexton says not yet, not ready to pin him. Now he drops down. Count is 1. Count of 1.5. He picks him up by the hair. No 3 count. Haskins thrown out of the ring, through the ropes, down here on the floor. Yeah, that's Billy Travis Travis picks Haskins up and rolls him back under the bottom rope. Ron Sexton waiting for it. Yeah, Travis is just helping him back in the ring. And he did. Ron Sexton with a suplex. He's Haskins in the center of the ring. Let's see. He's still not going for the cover. Sits down on it. Now, count of 1, 2. This time Haskins kicks out at the 2 count. He's still alive. 3 minutes, 24 seconds gone in this match. Sexton's pretty well been in control since about the first minute. Haskins got off to a good start, but a little sneaky trick by Sexton, which placed his knee in the midsection, turned the tide, and Sexton has been in control since then. Count is 1, 2, but again at the 2 count. It's broken. Haskins on the rope, upper arm. He hit him right in the throat. David Haskins struggling to get back to his feet. Ron Sexton up on the middle rope. He comes flying out across the ring. Haskins off the rope, ducks under. Presses Sexton down to the mat. Count of 2. Thought he might have had it. Haskins, hip toss. And another one. And again, he picks Sexton up in the air. He slams him. He covers. 1, 2. That's a 2 count. The shoulders come up. Buddy Wayne has distracted the referee. Haskins. Travis trips Haskins. Haskins had it going. Travis trips him. He comes into the ring. Both of them pick him up in the air. There's a count of 1, 2, and 3. Now you saw what happened. Buddy Wayne distracts the referee, and Travis immediately sees the opportunity, jumped in the ring, and it took 2 of them to beat David Haskins, but they get the victory. 5 minutes, 28 seconds the time on it. We'll be back with more of Championship Wrestling in just a moment.
Travis and Sexton out here together, the new team of Buddy Wayne. We got a little tape I want to go back and show because so much was happening during that particular time. I wanted to let everybody have an opportunity to see it again. Let's take a look at this tape. It involves the Fabulous Ones, Billy Travis, Ron Sexton, Buddy Wayne. Let's take a look at it, and then we'll have some comments to make.
Now, where is Steve Kern?
Well, he is out of town. Stan just said he had some business.
Wait, no. Where is Steve Kern?
He is down in Tampa, Florida.
He's not in the studio.
No.
He's where? He's not in Memphis.
That is correct.
He's in Tampa? Okay, he's in Tampa. He's not. Now, he didn't miss a plane going to be in here late, is he?
No,
in other words,
he had
boys,
some business down there.
Okay, in other words, Kern is in Tampa, Florida right now.
That's correct.
Okay, well, they're going to wrestle him. Or he can just walk out and give us the match.
Well,
it's a tag.
No, one of them. Pick one of them, buddy. He said he would wrestle either one of them.
Stan Lane after Ron Sexton. Look out, Buddy Wayne up in the ring now. That's going to end this match. Disqualification. Look out, Buddy Wayne with a shoe off, and with a heel of it, he hammers Stan Lane in the back of the head. Here comes Lawler. The King in to help out Stan Lane. Here comes the PYT.
Oh, boy, look out, Dave.
on the floor. That's the King against both of the PYT in the ring right there.
Meanwhile, Travis and Sexton are over here beating on Stan Lane.
Randy Savage.
Here's Savage. Savage puts Lawler down on the floor. Yamamoto comes out.
Travis and Sexton have Stan Lane cut open on the floor over here. Got a cut on the forehead. Savage and Lawler, meanwhile, going at it on the right of your screen over here.
PYT on Tojo as Savage has Lawler and blasts him. Right, look, Jerry is cut also, Dave. Lane
Sure is.
Lawler cut right over the right eye, and now he's going after Savage. The ball going on, they can't get it stopped. As Lawler hammering the Macho Man. Stan Lane trying to fight his way through.
There's Tojo with a wooden shoe.
Yamamoto's getting somebody's attention with a wooden shoe. Trying to get this thing stopped. We're going to need to take a break here. Right in the middle of all of this mayhem.
Look out.
Count of one. Referee over there getting Sexton out and got back late. Only got a 1 count. The left shoulder came up. And here comes Steve Kern and Stan Lane. It's going to be a disqualification in 2:52. Kern and Lane putting it to Sexton and Travis. And now Stan going after Buddy Wayne. The fabulous ones came flying out of the dressing room. They don't even have the wrestling attire on as yet. Chasing Sexton, Travis, and Buddy Wayne back to the dressing room. It'll be a disqualification. 2 minutes, 52 seconds. And the crowd stirred up as the fans, for some reason, we'll have to get an explanation of that at some point, came roaring out. I guess they just didn't like both of the guys working on Tracy Smothers beyond what was reasonable. Here comes Sexton and Billy Travis. Here comes Buddy Wayne. And a disqualification will be taking place, thus ending one of the feature matches. At 2 minutes and 14 seconds, the Fabs were involved in a match with Sexton and Travis because Sexton and Travis got Tracy Smothers hurt. And just
We're going to take a look at some of the action coming up around the Terry Lawler show. Will be seen at 5 o'clock. That's 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon only. Kind of the same reason we're on a half hour early today. The French Open tennis, the women's finals will be on at noon today. Martina Navratilova and Chris Everett Lloyd. And then it's the men's finals, I believe, tomorrow that will be seen live here on TV5. So the Jerry Lawler show, 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon only. You'll have Jay Youngblood. Kareem Muhammad will also be there.
And as long as you're mentioning it, I would say that next week we'll be back at our regular start time on Championship Wrestling. 11 o'clock.
Right. See you then. All right. Let's take a look at that action around.
Okay, Dave. By golly, nobody does it like the fabulous ones do. And son of a gun, Steve Kern had some comments to make about a match coming up. Billy Travis and Ron Sexton. Let's listen to Steve Areno.
But I asked to do this interview by myself because Stan was in the studio last week by himself. And the way I see the situation after reviewing the tapes and seeing what happened is I see the same story as the big dog with the little puppy nipping at his heels. You know, Billy Travis and Ron Sexton are looking to knock off a big dog. But if you remember how that goes, the big dog will be patient. He'll walk along and he'll let that puppy nip at his heels, and he'll nip at his heels until finally he'll get just a little out of hand, and he'll turn around and he'll snap at him. Well, you're looking at one of the big dogs, and you don't get this way by being a loser. We've climbed a ladder and we beat a lot of teams. Now, I realize you're trying to prove yourself as a team, maybe to Buddy Wayne, or maybe to the people of Memphis, or maybe to everybody in the wrestling world. But you made a big mistake, because first of all, you don't jump in at the top of the ladder. Now, Billy Travis, to me, you're just a boy. You're like a 10th grader trying to grow sideburns. The idea's there, but the man ain't. Now, I don't know you, Ron Sexton, but you're going to get to know the Fabs real well. And as for you, Buddy Wayne, you've been hanging around for a long time with nothing to do, and you just like the opportunity of being around the top. Now, all I can say to the people of Memphis is, we've been here a long time. We like it here, and we've made this our home. Stan Lane and myself are proud to be wrestling in Memphis. And as for you, Ron Sexton, and you, Billy Travis, and you, big fat Buddy Wayne, Monday night you're going to realize that you stepped in a hornet's nest, and you're going to get stung real good by the Fabs.
Well, that's exactly the way they wrestle. I mean, like straight ahead. They tell it like it is, and that's the way Steve Kearn, speaking for Stan Lane, feels about the match coming up between Travis Sexton and the Fabulous Ones, Buddy.
Lance, you know, I have seen a lot of interviews, and I've seen people come out and talk. But that was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. These people here, don't they understand anything? Steve Kearn had a hat on California on it. Looked like he'd been picking grapes out there or something. Never combs his hair. Has an old shirt on. Looked like he got out of one of those Goodwill boxes somewhere. And these people, listen at them. They're out there hollering. If they knew Stan Lane for what he was and Steve Kearn, they have no regard for the fans whatsoever. They interfere in matches. They run in our match last week.
They did do that.
Yes,
I will
did.
agree with that, but it was precipitated by a week earlier what happened right here in the studio. Don't forget that, buddy.
You know, that's another thing. I come out here last week, and I said these men would wrestle in tag matches. What happened? Steve Kearn don't show up. Today, for some unknown reason, they don't have another opponent. Are they afraid to wrestle these men? Look at these guys. Look at them.
I know. Ron Sexton, Billy. They're a fine young team, and they have an opportunity. If they'll maybe get their heads right, they're going to really go far.
Well, I mean, heads are on our shoulders. Hey, we're guided by one of the leaders in wrestling, Buddy Wayne. So that's
right. Let's start with, both of these boys are good wrestlers. They're hungry. They're wanting to wrestle. Kearn and Lane, I don't know what it's got in them. They think, man, they're on top. They've got it made. Let me tell you, when you're on top, there's only one way to go, and that's down. That's all, and that's what's going to happen to them Monday night. That's exactly what's going to happen. They come out here, and for some unknown reason, they get to the matches just in time to wrestle. They don't have any regard for the fans for signing autographs, being friendly with them. As soon as the match is over, bang, they get in their car and they leave.
Okay, buddy, all I can say is you guys have bit off a bunch, and you'll find out Monday night when the action comes up with a Fabulous One. Right now, let's go back to Dave.
Well, he couldn't be here today, but we have some comments from him anyway, talking about the one, the only, Tux Newman.
I'm Tux Newman. I may not look like it, as you can see, but I want you to know that even physically defeated, it took me quite a while to get into my tuxedo, to look presentable, and to look always immaculate as I do. And my valet dressed me. It took a lot of time. But that's not why. I wanted to talk to you people. I'm hurt. You can see I'm hurt. But I'm not out, and I'm not down, and I'm not defeated. I'm temporarily inconvenienced. The men who did this to me know what they've done. I'll pay them back. I'll pay them back because it's a conspiracy against Tux Newman. You think you've gotten rid of me, but you haven't gotten rid of me. No, you haven't. I'm here in the South. I'm hiding. I'm not going to tell you where I'm hiding. That's to my advantage. Because I know where you are, but you don't know where I am. Yeah, I'm laid up now, but I won't be laid up for long. Because I'll be out of this. And when I get out of this, I'm gonna be back more intelligent and more deceiving and more conniving than ever. Believe me, and until then, I'll have others take my place. You know who I'm talking to. You know. I have my hit list. Fargo and Jarrett, the Fabs and Yamamoto, Lawler. You're on this list. I'll get you. I'll get you for what you've done to me. I've got plans for all of you. You're gonna have to watch, because it might take place in the alley somewhere in some arena. I might be sitting with the fans, but I'll be back. I will cause more trouble to all of you. I will get rid of every one of you. I promise that. You have not seen the last of Tux Newman. You will see more of him, and more, until each and every man on that hit list is destroyed. I promise you. Believe me, it will happen. And I, Tux Newman, will be back.
Well, Tux Newman not in as good a shape as the Mexican Angel that we're looking at.
Boy, that's true. Mexican Angel set to go here in a 1-fall 15-minute time limit match. Introducing from Springfield, Tennessee, at 223 pounds, Tracy Smothers. And going against him from Mexico at 235 pounds, the Mexican Angel. 1-fall 15-minute time limit match. Referees Jerry Calhoun.
The bell, and Tracy Smothers in the blue tights against the longer wrestling tire of the Mexican Angel. Tracy's such a nice young man, and he has yet to learn that with some of these guys, you got to do unto others before they do it to you, and that will come in time, Dave, I think.
I think it will, too. He's going against a rugged one in the Mexican Angel. We have had him on championship wrestling one time before, and he's in the arenas around the territory.
Boy, he doesn't wait for somebody to break the rules. He does it first. I mean, just whatever happens, let it hang out.
He's jabbing Smothers in the throat with the point of his fingers, which is not legal, but the referee hasn't caught him at it as yet.
Well, we don't know whether the Mexican Angel can wrestle or not. We know he can fight, but well, there's a big snap mare, which says that he knows a little about wrestling. Boy, he is rough.
Smothers battling back, but ineffective with the right hand. The Mexican Angel has Tracy Smothers on the rope. Buggy whip across the ring as he bounces off of there. The Angel has him up in the air, drops him across his knee, and then to the mat. Ooh, splash. 1, 2. That is it. 1 minute, 35 seconds. Boy, the Angel just methodically defeated Tracy Smothers here.
And then we're going to have to get our Spanish dictionary out for this guy, because he speaks no English, and he just hollered out something there. I'm not really sure what he said, and maybe it's better that way. Okay, we in fact are going to continue right now with more of the action of championship. Oh,
Here's
here we are.
Splash.
Yeah. Oh, bam. He came off those ropes, holding Tracy down. He got the win over him with a big 1, 2, 3 in not very long. Tracy Smothers, another day, another way. He's going to have to do it today. It wasn't there with the Mexican Angel. Here comes a bouncing young fella, David Johnson, hopping into the ring as referee Tom Branch is ready. And we are going to go right on into the next bout. This one a single match. It'll have one of the sheepherders, the newest of the sheepherders, Rip Morgan, who's appeared right now with Jonathan Boyd. I'll tell you, everybody remembers Jonathan. And here is the New Zealand flag ceremony. It has been a long time, Dave.
Not
but
long enough.
Some things don't change, and you got it right. Not long enough.
Yes. So it's going to be a single match here. David Johnson from Memphis, Tennessee at 203 pounds will be going against Rip Morgan, 240 out of New Zealand. And he loses no time in going after David Johnson, his opponent. Jonathan Boyd with the New Zealand flag over here by the desk.
Well, Jonathan, welcome back to Championship Wrestling.
First of all, I don't want any of your bloody Yankee welcome to start with. In this bloody country, a wrestler ran me off the road, and my other cousin, Butch Miller, he had to join Luke Williams, and they're destroying people all over the world, and they're due back in America soon. But this is my youngest cousin right here now, and now you're going to see what the sheepherders are bloody made of. Ever since you bloody Yanks heard we were coming, I noticed there's not too many wrestlers here today so that you can have tag matches and see what the sheepherders can really do. But if you keep watching Rip bloody Morgan up there, you're going to bloody see all the way from New Zealand, the men from down under, destroy your bloody Yankee wrestlers because we hate you. You know that? We hate every bloody last one of you. Not just the wrestlers. We hate the fans. We hate the blacks. We hate the whites. We hate all of you.
Well, I see you haven't mellowed any since the last time we saw you. You still were preaching that message of hate the last time we saw you, and you go blaming somebody. We felt bad about the automobile accident that you had, but hey, that's past history, and nobody here had anything to do with it.
Listen, a wrestler ran me off the road, and I believe that the wrestler is here. He's over here in Tennessee, or he's in Kentucky, but he's here. And we will seek out and destroy. The whole idea is if we destroy every bloody stinking Yank there is that gets in a ring, then I will have my sheepherders' revenge.
Okay, Jonathan, that's Jonathan Boyd of the Sheepherders in the ring. Rip Morgan, who just did a pretty good job of destroying David Johnson, Dave.
Yeah, it was 2 minutes on this fall, 2 minutes for Rip Morgan. And the Sheepherders get their first victory as they're back in the territory. Jonathan Boyd decides he wants to punish David Johnson a little bit himself. He's got to be careful. He's going to end up with the match taken away from him, or the fall. Even though the Sheepherders were not here as a tag team today, it will go down as a Sheepherder victory with Rip Morgan getting the win. Morgan with a flag now. Jonathan Boyd being sent out of the ring by referee Tom Branch. There they go, leaving David Johnson behind. 2 minutes of the time on the fall.
I'll tell you one thing. He hasn't mellowed. We already said that. These guys from down under in that New Zealand are rugged. You remember Jonathan and Luke Williams when they were in here. You just couldn't destroy them. You couldn't hardly hurt them. They just kept on preaching this vendetta against Yanks, as Jonathan Boyd insists on calling it. Now he's got one of his cousins, much taller, much larger one. Got to go 250 or somewhere in there. Rip Morgan in there with him. Jonathan Boyd back. Look out for the Sheepherders. We'll take time out. Be back in just a moment. Okay, what I want to do right now is tell you about, again, the action coming up Monday night down at the Coliseum. Hey, listen, a reminder, 2 things. One of them is the Jerry Lawler Show tomorrow, 5 o'clock. Special time because of the men's final of the French tennis. It will be on at 5 o'clock tomorrow only. And next week, our championship wrestling will be at its regular time of 11 o'clock. We're on a half hour early today because of, as Dave indicated earlier, the women's finals will be coming up immediately following our championship wrestling. Okay, let's take a look at the action. 7 bouts, tickets on sale all day Monday at the Coliseum. And, of course, right now and coming up Monday, too, at the Ticketmaster locations. The opening bout will be Exotic Adrian Street with Miss Linda going against Tracy Smothers. That's our opening match. And then we'll have the Mexican Angel, and he will be going against David Haskins. We've seen him twice, and, boy, he's been bad news, Dave, both times, huh? Sheepherders. That'll be Jonathan Boyd, and Rip Morgan will be in a tag match. It'll be your first chance to see him as a tag, going against the fine young team of the Batten twins, Mark and Brad. Then there's going to be a Southern Tag title match. The PYT will be putting it down on the line as they will be facing Tojo Yamamoto and Jerry Oski. That, my friend, will be the Southern Tag challengers, Oski and Yamamoto against the PYT. One of the more interesting matches will be a single one-on-one Kareem Muhammad going against Jay Youngblood. I think that Mr. Muhammad has an idea now that Jay Youngblood's pretty intense about it. That'll be a good, fine single match. Then the fabulous one. We'll find out whether they're going to be holding school or not as they go against Billy Travis and Ron Sexton. Buddy Wayne, of course, will be in their corner, and we'll see whether this brash young team of Travis and Sexton can stay in there with Stan and Steve, the fabulous ones. The final bout, call it the last tango. Jerry Lawler, a one-time shot with Bruiser Brody on the Southern heavyweight title at stake. Brody, coming in at 291 pounds of fury, will be after the King in that Southern heavyweight championship match. What are we talking about? Monday night, 8 o'clock, Coliseum. By golly, get the family together. Bring it on down to the Coliseum. We'll be looking for you right there. Okay, I don't know whether we're going to get, is Jonathan here? Yeah, I wanted to get him back out here. We bring no malice in against the sheep herders, but obviously Jonathan Boyd still has the same kind of attitude he left here with, disliking all Americans and almost everybody else.
I'm issuing not a challenge. I'm issuing a bloody warning. A warning to all the bloody wrestlers that wrestle in this area. All the wrestlers from all over the world know all about the sheep herders. You bloody fans here know about the sheep herders because we've crippled so many of you bloody wrestlers, it doesn't matter. We come here not to kiss your wrestlers on the bloody lips. We come here to tear their lips off because we're sick and tired of all this glamour that you bloody Yanks go on with. You think you're the world? Well, America is not the world, and New Zealand just two tiny little islands at the bottom of the world. The men from down under, they're on top. And see this flag? This is the flag that's going to be flying over your arenas. This is the flag after we cripple, maim, and hurt you Yankee bloody wrestlers that's going to be raised up there. Hey, I'll show you how good we bloody are. Get in the ring now. Get another wrestler if you want. He'll wrestle 10 times a day if you want. And as a team, just like the last few years you had, we're unbeatable. And I've got a little poem for you. And it goes like this. You've all seen the wrestling game's best. Men from all nations with hair on their chest. Some you admired, and some you hate. And some are so lousy, they just didn't rate. But who is the greatest of all presidents past? The kid from down under. Who are these men? These men are such fame. It's the sheep herders family. That's the name, and that's what's going to happen, Russell. I told you right here. You go into that other dressing room, and you tell every bloody wrestler there. You tell the fabulous one. You tell the Dayton twins or the Batten twins. That's who we're going to go against, right? The Batten twins. Right. The Batten twins. Hey, Batten twins, we've heard a lot of bloody about you. We've heard how the fans love you, and how you're good Americans, and you go out and you put your hand here on Memorial Day. Well, we'll give you something to remember, because when you get in the ring with the sheep herders, they're gonna tear the flesh off your faces. That's right. Okay. You're gonna have a face a mother wouldn't love, just like this. Because the bloody sheep herders are here, and now the sheep herders are here to hurt your bloody wrestlers, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
Well, that's the first, but I'm sure it won't be the last we'll be hearing from Jonathan Boyd and his hate against the American wrestlers in there. It's quite a shame, a talented wrestler in his own right, but I'm sorry to say he's still carrying the same... Okay, Jonathan, we'll call it quits right here and there. What we will do is...
I'll say one thing. Rip is his nickname, and it means rest in peace, because he's already been in jail for manslaughter, and before we leave this country, we're going to leave one of your links
Okay, Dave, we got to do it. Let's say our time was used up. Tell me what we had today.
All right, we had Jerry Bryant against Jay Youngblood. Bryant got the win by disqualification, and Youngblood most upset, trying to get some revenge for Bryant's part in the tearing up of his headdress. Then it was Ron Sexton defeated David Haskins, Mexican Angel over Tracy Smothers, and it was the sheepherder Rip Morgan defeating David Johnson in the only fall we had time for in that match, because Boyd talked us right out of time for the rest of it.
Tell me he did.
Yes.
Well, I got to tell you, the only thing I'm saying is that was today. We got all the future in front of us. We got to go. Next week, we got a big future. We'll be looking for you. For Dave Brown, Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.
Are selected and paid by parties other than this station.